Content creation is hard. It's often a lot more involved than people think. So today we're going to talk about the struggles of content creation. And while there will be some tips for success, this isn't really about making a how-to guide for creators, as there are probably better videos out there, but is instead more our personal struggles with content creation between streaming on Twitch and making videos for YouTube. Maybe there's something here you identify with and give you some ideas. Hello and welcome to Alternate Image Gaming. This is Tarkov Talks, where we discuss mostly gaming while I play Tarkov in the background. Think of it like a podcast with a chance of murder. Today with me, the Six. Hello, Six. How's it going?
It's going good. It's been a while. We've been very hit or miss with our schedules lately.
Yeah, it has not been hard to keep ourselves consistent and with each other particularly.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the part of the content creation that we've talked about, which makes it such a pain. Actually, the schedules.
Legitimately is yes going to be part of our part of the rest of our talk. So you stream on Twitch or at least occasionally. That's been one of your goals and things to do.
Used to stream pretty regularly. Anytime recently with my schedule change and going back to school and stuff, my streaming has been less than normal schedule.
Yeah. And obviously, for anyone who cares, of course, his links will be in the description below, naturally, for his Twitch and other socials. It's twitch.tv/the6, right?
Yep.
Which is very cool.
It's
got some
definitely
sweet
fun.
loot already. This scav run is going great.
Now you're gonna die just because you claimed that.
Oh, why did you do this to me, Ricky Bobby?
You're the one that threw that out there. But like I personally I love content creation. Like I love streaming. Honestly the hardest part for me right now is finding games that I love enough that just I want to play all the time and have streams up for, because we have right now my main two games are like Call of Duty Warzone and stuff with some friends, and World of Warcraft. And World of Warcraft, half the time I'm jumping in circles around Orbos, and that's not good content. So it's like it's hard for me to stream when I'm not really super excited about any one game. My schedule is super hit or miss most of the time, whether it be my sleep schedule, school schedule, work schedule, all that stuff. So it's hard for me to create a consistent schedule, which is, according to most content creators and including myself, one of the biggest things to actually grow your channel is having whether it be small or not, a consistent schedule. If you're only going to stream 2 hours a day, make it the same 2 hours every day if you can.
Yeah.
Or not even every day, just the same every week.
Yeah, a consistent schedule is massive, particularly when considering for Twitch, because people end up watching it kind of like they used to watch. I mean, I guess people still do, but like people watch TV, they expect the show to come on at this time. I watch a lot of Twitch while I'm at work, and if I watch the same people every day, give or take, and if they're not on that time, I go watch somebody else, and if I end up liking that somebody else, then that's a strong chance of the person I was watching losing a viewer. And if I find someone I like, but I come back to them the next day or the next week and they're not on at that same time, I lose consideration for them. It's like I'm not worried about them anymore. So that schedule is a really big deal. That is definitely.
Yeah, it makes it easier for you to be found. So you're a perfect example of that. You watch at work at all the time. So if it's 9 o'clock in the morning and you're looking for someone to watch, and your main person, I know Willers is one that you love watching in the morning, so I'm just going to use his as an example. Willers takes a day off or something like that, right?
Yeah.
You're going to look for someone else. You find someone else that streams at 8 o'clock in the morning. You might now start bouncing between those same two people. Whereas if I, say, didn't stream consistently, you'll find me once and then you'll never know when I'm streaming again. You're not going to continue to try and watch me.
So ironically, your hypothetical example is actual historical truth from my Willow situation. He was off for a little bit, and that's how I found the streamer Mason. Because I was just looking for some other Tarkov streamer that was on the morning, and
that's funny.
Yeah, so that actually and now I do prefer Mason a little bit, so I will tend to watch him. Fortunately, he gets off like halfway through my workday usually, so I can kind of watch both. But It definitely, and it's tough too because you can't be like, hey, never take a break, right? That's obviously not healthy. But on normal days, Willer's sleep schedule got messed up apparently, and he was streaming in the afternoons and the evenings, and not in the morning afternoon. So he was just not on during my watch time for a while actually.
Which so that's where schedules come into play.
And that's
Probably one of the easiest things I will say for content creation is maintaining your true social medias, your Facebook, Twitter, because it's just making a quick post here and there.
so I actually disagree with that a little bit. Like I get that it's easy to do the basics, and the like just make a quick post here and there, but at the same time to develop the audience, because like for Twitch particularly, Twitch discoverability is really bad, and
It's awful.
so you have to be bringing people in from somewhere, which and I know you're going to mention some other types of external referrals to get in, but I still think that having your core socials, the Twitters, Facebook, it's still pretty massive to get that consistent user base, that you kind of that online, the community around just your community, and that's actually hard to do. Like it's hard to do for me at least, because I don't really like enjoy Twitter. I'm not like, ooh, Twitter.
You're
I
not one
want
that
to.
sits there on Twitter and updates what you're doing on an hourly basis.
No, I'm not doing that. And this YouTube, that whoever is watching this is watching right now, also isn't a personal YouTube. That's not its goal or intent. So updating my personal stuff wouldn't even make sense. So it's got to be community gaming stuff specific, and having unique, interesting posts about that people are going to engage with is pretty tough. And on top of that, so I think I have 80 something, pretty low, on Twitter. But when I make a post on Twitter, it on average, if it doesn't get retweeted or something immediately, gets seen by less than 10 people. So if I wanted to get enough that was going to be relevant, I would need thousands of people to even get it in the hands of hundreds. So it can be kind of a struggle if you're not excited about that side of content creation and the maintaining external socials.
Yeah, so when I say it's easy, I mean it's the easiest as far as like for like you were saying, external socials or external bringing people in. Like the best two places for that is for a Twitch person is having a YouTube and having a TikTok.
Yeah.
And making content for those. And while I consider those also easy, they're also very hard and time consuming because you have to record videos, edit videos, post them, and like if you're like me, I'm not very quick at like editing videos. So when I say easy, I mean easy as far as it doesn't take a lot of time to do what you need to do on there. Now, networking is a completely different thing in my opinion. While they all kind of intertwine and work together, I would say networking boosts your social media. It boosts everything, but networking, social media, I think, are kind of two things that go hand in hand. And because I agree with you, like bringing your social medias up is actually really hard to do. Twitter, again, same thing. I'm not huge on the tweeting. I don't really do it. I think I tweet.
You're not a
once.
tweeter?
I'm not. Yeah, like I post like once, maybe twice when I'm going live, and maybe once throughout the day, and I'll maybe comment on a couple people when I'm laying in bed. Like about to go to sleep, I'll browse Twitter and comment on a couple people's posts. But like, if you're really trying to actively grow your social medias and your stream or YouTube channel, like you need to be really on that.
On it and doing it well, which for say Twitter involves a lot of creating engagement in other people's tweets. It's a lot different from what you'd expect in say like on Twitch directly, right? It's not really considered good to go there and do things that are going to generate interest in your stream or whatever on somebody else's stream.
Yeah, you don't want to go in and try and hijack someone's stream to be like, hey, come watch mine instead.
And
That's
I wouldn't,
very taboo.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say you should be trying to hijack somebody else's like Twitter thread, but your goal in that is to not be a viewer of theirs necessarily. Your goal in that is to generate interest in what you have to say. So you need to go on there and say something interesting so people want to check you out because they think you say interesting things. And
Yeah.
therefore, come, follow
Um,
you and start, becoming part of your community at that
yeah, it's
stage.
actually one of the best ways to also be found on Twitch. Since Twitch's like findability is just awful.
Yes.
One of the best ways to network on Twitch is go watch other smaller streamers. So say you average 20 people, right? Like that's, my average when I was streaming all the time was probably 10 to 15, maybe 20. And that was streaming every day for like a month and a half or something like that. Like that was the highest I ever got. So I don't think I'm like the next Asmongold or Nick Merckx or something.
100% is the next Asmongold. His hair is also messed up.
That's true.
So.
Mine is slowly falling out like Asmon's. But one of the best ways I found, and I actually made a really good friend from doing it, is I found another smaller streamer. He had about 10 to 15 people at the time watching. It was another Val streamer. It was another WoW streamer named Valactra. I call him Val. And I just went in to hang out. Like, I wasn't trying to hijack his stream, wasn't doing anything. I was just trying to find someone else that does what I do. And I found him, hung out. We became great friends. He raids me, I raid him. Like, I'll go play on his stream when I'm not streaming. He comes and plays on mine. And we've actually started sharing community. Like, half the people that come watch me have came from Val's stream now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and so that's a really good way to network yourself. And like, I never talked about my stream. The only time I did is when Val asked me if I streamed once while playing WoW with him. And I was like, yeah, I do every now and then. He's like, dude, I'll have to come watch you. What's your stream? And it just grew from there. So like going in and becoming friends with smaller streamers or streamers of equal size to yours is another great way to network your stream.
Yep. And that's tough to do because you got to do it in such a way that you're connecting with them, but not seeming like you're there to promote your stream. If you seem like you're there to promote your stream, then that's, again, goes back to the taboo. So one of the things I kind of want to talk about too is and you mentioned a little bit at the beginning that right now you're struggling with motivation because you don't have a game that you're super excited about. And that's motivation. And part of that for me also comes to what the intent is of your stream. So if you're streaming as a hobby, right, then you might turn on your stream if that's all you ever want it to be. You just turn on when you're playing some games. You're not really worried about doing all the work to maintain all the socials and to build it up and stream what is going to be the most popular. Or in the case of this channel, these old Elion videos that I made have performed the best, and I'm not playing Elion, so it's tough to want to go make content for that right now, but it's also tends to perform better than most other things.
I think it definitely depends on what you want out of your stream.
And exactly, yeah.
Like if you go talk to any major streamer, their biggest thing that they always tell you is schedule, and you have to do it because you love it, not because you want to make money out of it. And while me and you have talked about this, and we both kind of call a little bit of bullshit on that.
A little bit of bullshit.
Language.
I think they're full of crap. Honestly,
I think you have to love doing it in order to make it into a place where you can make money. But I think everyone in the back of their minds definitely likes the idea of making money playing video games.
Yeah.
So that you can't say that can't be a driving force when that get 100%
is going to be a driving force.
I would love to sit here and make videos all day long and get paid a salary for it. Love that.
So, and the reason I really think that's disingenuous advice they give. Like, I understand where they're coming from, but I believe it's disingenuous because all it is about your source of motivation. Now they're trying to say, maybe not disingenuous, but poorly phrased. They're trying to say that if your only goal is money, when you start streaming and for months and months you're getting no money and you're not even affiliate, or like YouTube has gotten really hard. At least it's relatively easy to get affiliate now on Twitch. YouTube takes 1,000 subscribers and I think 4,000 watch hours or something before you can start monetizing. And then you have to apply and you're not guaranteed. So
it's funny how those have swapped.
Right. And so making content for that, if your goal is income, if your goal is making it a job or a career or even just a profitable hobby, you have a strong chance of working on that for months without even being able to monetize. Not even just that you don't make enough money to matter, but you don't monetize whatsoever. So I guess they're trying to
Yeah.
say maybe if that's your only goal, you might burn out before you get to it. So you have to love it. So if you love it, you'll do it for free and it doesn't bother you. But to me, it's like, no, it just consider your source of motivation. And do you have enough motivation to do it? If it's a hobby, the motivation level probably doesn't need to be as high because your expectation is lower. If you want to do it as a job, then your motivation level needs to be really high. You need to really want that because you're going to have to either put in crazy effort or do it for a long time with still pretty good effort before you're going to monetize, before it can become a job. So it's not
Yeah.
only do
I
it
agree.
if you love it and are willing to do it for free. Just be aware of how much work you're going to have to put in to get the goal you're going to.
Like
That's how
me, for
I
example, I've streamed for off and on since what 2014 when I got home from Afghanistan, I think, and we were living together back in the
yeah
day. I
yeah
think is
yeah
when I started. I've paid out twice on Twitch. I think I've made maybe $300 from Twitch total,
yeah
and that's with
yeah.
people giving me free subs and friends and family giving me their Prime subs to try and help boost it. Like, so for 8 years. Now, granted, I did not put in crazy amount of
Well,
time for a long time.
and you weren't monetized until what 2 or 3 years ago because of the
Yeah,
changes
that's
from
true.
back
When
then.
I actually had the most viewers and the most people watching was the time that it was actually extremely pain in the ass to get monetized on Twitch.
Yeah, and I know that's been a struggle for you to maintain the desire to stream, to find that source of motivation, be it the game you're wanting to play, be it. I mean, obviously, you're not trying to content create for nobody, right? Even if you like it,
Yeah.
you still want somebody else to see it, to appreciate it, to view it, to comment, to talk. Um,
Like, while I enjoy making money out of it, I also really enjoy when I do have the few random people come into my stream and chit chat with me while I'm streaming. It makes that whole stream, that whole couple hour stream, worth it to me. Whether they sub or they follow or anything.
just
Like,
that
don't get me wrong,
engagement.
I would love for that to happen, but the
Yes.
engagement in the stream makes it worthwhile. And if that's not forever, it's not fun. So, and it's hard. It's one of those double-edged swords. You have to do all this crazy hard work in order to get that engagement into your streams. But without the engagement into your stream, it's really hard to find the motivation to do all that hard work.
No, that is true. And I am out of the run here. Loot is pretty decent. Um,
As
which is
streamer level, who would it be considered?
a streamer level. Oh, let's see. Are we talking like how much I like them or how big they are as a stream?
How big they are?
Uh, I'm gonna
Like
I'm gonna replug Mason in here. It's spelled with the five for anyone who's watching. He streams on Twitch. He's from Tarkov.
MA5ON,
Yeah,
right?
MA5ON. Yeah, yeah. He was Freemason Live, uh, but with no association with Freemasons. But he got that too often, so eventually he rebranded because he was tired of people asking him for secret handshakes and stuff. Um, but I'm gonna say that because he's got he runs a few hundred viewers. But as the
Yeah,
scope of
I think
Twitch
I've seen
goes,
him averaging about 600 to 700.
no, he's a little lower than that.
Is he? Maybe I
Yeah,
just caught him
yeah.
on the high end a few times.
You might he spikes depending on what he plays sometimes.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, so I'm gonna say it's a Mason level. It's not quite Willer's, near the top end of say Tarkov, for instance, and definitely not like an Asmongold stream, or
Right.
Asmongold loot. But I did get a couple armored rigs, one of which is really nice, but it's kind of messed up, and then overall decent stuff. But yeah, so a little recap for me on the content creation. Of course, schedule. A consistent schedule is important. Figure out what time you can invest and set that. The maintaining external references. Socials. If you're on Twitch, you got a YouTube, you got a TikTok, got a Twitter,
I
probably
think
Facebook.
my biggest thing I will tell anyone watching if you want to grow, uh, like you said, consistent schedule. If you can't or don't want to maintain every single social media, I would say the three most important ones that you can maintain: YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. If you
Yeah,
have to only do some social medias and not all. Do those three. TikTok, honestly, and Twitter probably being the hugest right now for Twitch stars,
Yeah,
for
and
Twitch people growing.
actually the same bit for YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. And Twitter, your content creation portion of that can just be kind of posting your TikToks, and then just finding people that you have interested in what they say, and then engaging with them. Use that as your Reddit if you use Reddit instead of Reddit. Don't browse that as a place to talk to people. And again, Six's socials and everything will be in the description below. The this channel's TikTok and Twitter will also be in the description below. As always, if somehow you've made it this far into the video, it's gotten a little bit long now, but hopefully you've already hit that like button because you've enjoyed this so much to this point, haven't you? You've enjoyed it? Yes? No? Okay, I saw the dislike number go up. I'm not happy with that, but yeah, engage. It does obviously help the channel. It's great to see the growth. But like Six said earlier, if somebody engages, it makes it much more interesting for the content creator. So not just us, but if you find videos you like elsewhere, those engagements aren't just good for the algorithm to send them traffic, but it's just cool to see. It's cool to get a video with 10 likes instead of 5, or a comment. Like I've had videos that get a couple thousand views and no comments, and it's cool to see the number, but a video with like 10 views and like 3 comments is almost cooler. So
Yeah, I'd
that's
rather have the comments because now I can try and talk to someone,
you talk
try
some
and
and
see what they want to know about everything we're talking
yeah,
about,
and
and
you
it's
can
really
see what
nice.
part they were interested in. That's another thing to see. Like, hey, I really like this video because this. I really like this video because this. I enjoy your stream because this. Like, it's good to see. Anything else you'd like to say, Six, before we wrap it up?
No, no, I think we hit everything we've talked about as far as content creation goes. So
All
we
right.
hope
Well,
to see you guys around.
oh, and again, final plug. The next video we're hoping to do should be an interview with a Texas police officer. Something totally different. Um, but if you want to check that out, it should be the next video. If not, probably the one after that. We'll keep you updated.
Depending on when we can get him his schedule free.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, have a great day.